My friends, I'm gonna record this guy, and do not record homeless with their faces and stuff like that. That'd be inappropriate. He has his back turned to us, so that's the only reason I'm doing this. Okay, I'm just showing you briefly. He's down there. Okay, and what I want to tell you is this: that he was crawling on his hands and knees, just hands and knees over from this tree area over here, where this other guy is, right? And I was trying to help him. I said, you know, what can I help you with? What do you need? And he doesn't speak good English. And he said all he wants is agua, water, right? I thought he was trying to get to the bathrooms over there. So anyway, so there's the bathroom. So hands and knees, it just broke my heart, right? And so here's the thing is about this. That, now he's standing up. Hopefully, yeah, I gave him what I gave him. I gave him a plastic cup of water, and I put a little tea bag in there. That's about all I had. I just carried some tea with me. He says I use that to flavor water, when you're out and about. And I'm not going to film him anymore. He's trying to get up. But anyway, what you do is, use it for flavoring, because, just drinking out of tap water and it's always, always in the mood. So you just take a tea bag, it's obvious, and just dump it into there, and it adds some flavor to it and makes it taste good, right? Anyway, what I was going to tell you is that homelessness has no race, religion, creed, or anything else. It just doesn't matter. This man here, I don't know his story, like mine, very wealthy, making a lot of money, and homeless, right? And any of these people driving down the streets, they don't realize it can happen within seconds. They could about 1 week or 2 weeks from being homeless, just by some situation. Sometimes it's drugs, sometimes it's drinking, sometimes it's a spouse, or something like that, or a family situation. Sometimes it's just, so that's why we can't really judge the homeless or why they're out here, right? And because you just don't know the stories, right? And this lady told me earlier, I was talking to her, it's kind of interesting. She says that I became homeless somewhat because of laziness. And she goes, but I'm not lazy anymore. I like to work. I'm working, see? And she goes, I just lazy. And she goes, laziness is an addiction, just like drugs or alcohol. And I never thought about that. It's true. It is true that laziness, you get comfortable in your situation, and you will just sit there and do nothing. And so, or you get comfortable in being in the homeless situation. Some make it into a lifestyle, right? And it's not until they get uncomfortable that will they move on. And so we're not judging, saying that homeless lazy, because I'm homeless and I'm working my rear end off, trying to save everything I can and rebuild, right? But so you got to understand that, and I have been lazy my entire life too, because I used to sit there and say, somebody's homeless, man, just get a job. And I offered them to come down and help with temporary employment, or I can start a business with you, and it was always the same thing. Is didn't want to pick up that baton of wanting to work and doing this. So it is true. I never thought about that. Laziness is an addiction, and that's what's really crazy about when she told me that. I don't know why I never thought of this. How just that simple thing that, there's times where when I got burned out in the corporate world and they laid me off. But also gives you time to stop and reset and think things through. Reevaluate your life, because I was on that path and a track and just running down there. And I wouldn't have found God and the Lord and these angels and the spiritual world and all these things were real if those things hadn't happened, where, So it takes a time out. And now I did become lazy for them. I was looking for jobs. It's not like I just stopped, but I'm wasn't going 100% drive. I kind of just went back on my keister, And then actually after the former wife divorced me, it got worse, because then everything was falling apart. I'm just man, I'm just trying all this, and it's just, I'm failing at everything. I've apparently failed in marriage, and I'm not a great dad. See, that's when I start, and there's things I could have done better, but I did the best I could in the situation, right? So, I came lazy. I was just I'm going to take a time out. Even the former wife, even all that stuff, even when I got fired from Kaiser Permanente for being a whistleblower, she goes, I said, I'm kind of worried because, we got some bills and all these things to pay for. She even said out of her own mouth, she goes, you've been working hard. There's no problem with taking time out for a little bit, right? From the one that wants to destroy me now, took all my money and made myself a nightmare. But anyway, and here's the thing is, no offense to her, she never worked a day in her life. I provided all the money like you'd never seen. She got comfortable. Oh, she was just, I couldn't, no offense to her, but I got to tell you the truth. because, you know, I'm not trying to blaspheme or tear her down, but she would even make dinners or nothing. I mean, just always problems, her addiction to Facebook, and, you know, the thing, we'd be sitting at the dinner table and I'd be trying to do a prayer or this thing, and that cell phone, her face would be right in it. She was addicted to that phone and her lifestyle. She was comfortable, and she addicted just, you know, not really wanting to be a part of the family, you know. I used to have to beg her to do things like go to the mountains or get out and hike and all these other things, but she was just comfortable in her situation, but not thinking about anybody else, right? So when I'm thinking about that too, is I'm addicted to love and peace, and my addiction is to help in this world, so it's okay to have the right addictions. You know, but there is things where you got to have these balances too, because, you know, we got to leave some of that room for other brothers and sisters to do their job. You know, as I told somebody, if we had billions and billions of dollars, boy, I'd be like a bomb going off in this world, right? Boom. But, you know, it'd suck it up anyway. But, you know, think about that, is that, you know, we've got to work together, and, you know, my addiction's to helping these. And sometimes that, you know, this is going to sound hard. Sometimes the best thing to do is let somebody else help. Because I used to interject, and somebody's helping somebody, I'd be stepping in like, oh, you know, like even on something, like trying to help somebody, this and that. I'm like, well, let me help. You know, and like, let me get in there and solve this for you, help. And then I realized, then I used to learn to back away. Let that person feel the glory. Let that person feel the love. Let that person get that reward. And step back, Kirk, because you're interfering with that person becoming, you know, giving that thing. See, and that's what bothers me about all these, you know, not to go back into the Christian scripture that works don't count. Well, okay, then the works are dead. Well, to me, they're dead if you're not, you know, showing love or care or these things like that. It's an excuse just to sit on your butt and wait for the Lord to come, the Father, to change things. Because even if you believe that scripture, then there will be rewards in heaven. There will be rewards for what you do. And I'm not doing it for the rewards. The rewards are here on earth. You don't have to go to heaven. I mean, you know how many times I've come away from a situation and just said, you know, that felt good, that I think I made a difference. Because that's all we're here for in the end, is just to make a difference. That's all I want. I did something. I mean, it's not even about living forever. That I did something today that changed somebody's life. That I left something behind. I made a difference. Now, I can't say I've saved somebody, their soul, or this and that, but at least I know that I have actually been a part of changing somebody. I've had people tell me, like months later, said, you know, Kirk, you changed my life, you know? And there's probably situations where I did something stupid and changed people the wrong way, but hopefully they'll correct that, and the Father and the angels help do that, because I did some stupid things where, about wrong scripture, or, you know, insulting people in my past, where I just did some dumb things, as well do, right? But see, that's the thing, is that if you just do that one little act, you know, and that's the greatest reward, right? And that's what bothers me, all these online preachers and pastors, Bible thumping, you know, works are dead and this and that, and they act like that's a non-caring attitude. Man, show the real love, show them what you got. Come out, you know, just, even if it's a neighbor, just put a smile on their face. It's not even, you have to text scripture, just be happy, put a smile on your face, that's half of it. These people need to see somebody smiling, right? Just smile, that is a work. It's a work, you know? You know what I mean? So anyway, sorry going about that. So anyway, so there's Yar. So anyway, this gentleman looks like this gentleman getting some water, but anyway. So I don't want to show his face. Now here's the thing is, so you know, you got to remember, there are addictions. There's good and bad, and be addicted to love. I'm addicted to love, right? Or the song I was trying to remix that one. Be addicted to the right things. But then again, you got to remember, you got to balance yourself, because if you put all your energy into one thing, you know, you got to be a little diversified, and, you know, you got to balance that, because you fly too close to the sun, you get burnt. What I mean by that is becoming over addicted and over embellished into something that, you know, because you got to take your time out and help yourself sometimes. Because see, if you put all your energy just go out there trying to save the world and trying to save these people, then you know you're not taking time out to eat and take care of your health and other things that you need to keep in place while you're here in the flesh, right? So it is good, but I'm addicted. I'm addicted. That's fine. I'm addicted to the angels. I'm addicted to love and to peace and all these other things. That's what I want to be, right? Okay. God bless and love you all. Okay, take care.